sketchy.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Well,
about
it's
that.
not. It's fun. It's spontaneous. It's just that the problem is that predators love that stuff too. That spontaneous, people don't think before they act kind of
Mm-hmm.
type of deal.
Yeah.
And that's how that's how they get into, certain people's lives. So I'm just like, no, I'm just, I'm a very private person.
Yeah.
I need to get to know people first, and I don't, right, I have some build some trust over time with that, and then maybe I'll think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, let's do the space and open up, play some music. Catch you in there.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yes. Yes, fam. We are live. What's the ticker with Wild and Tick? Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got a few people already tuned in. All right, you guys. So while there's just getting set up, we're gonna get the music here playing for you in just a second, and then we're gonna get the show on the road for this Saturday. This space is gonna be a little bit.
Oh, let's get this
There
party
we go.
started. Let me set up some music.
There we go. Join as co-host. Okay, there we go.
Wake up in the morning, sun not shining, where we calling, crib grind on my mind, X platforms buzzing, good vibes we send, rise up, stack sets, let's do this again. Morning on X, we tweeting the truth, grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong, rush to the road to riches, sing the crypto song, check the charts, yeah, the market's alive, BTC pumping, all coins are thriving, NFTs flipping, got the rare in my back, smart contracts clicking, no turning back, to 5 years for stacking the gains, hotel to the dip, no stress in my veins, post on X, GM fam, let's rise, let's worry as we reach in the skies, good morning on X, retweeting the truth, grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong, rest of the road to riches, in the crypto song, gas fees low, yeah, we're moving with ease, layer 2 solutions, breezing the seas, minting new tokens, community tight, we're dreaming, we're working all night, say GM to the fam, positivity spread, crypto's the future, fiat's long dead, from Solana to Ed, we building the way, Rasta in the code, Jah guide us today, I revise on the blockchain secure, decentralized world of vision so pure, no bank, no boss, just peer to peer, with the dream, I'm working all life, X keep us linked, the signal so clear, tweeting GM, loud, let the whole world hear, yo, yeah, oh, God. Good morning on X, we tweeting the truth, grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong, we're so road to riches, sing the crypto song, so wake up money, grind, don't stop, web first the way, we're reaching the top, good morning on X, let's keep it real, crypto's the fire, cause love we feel, yeah, 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 oh yeah, yeah. One love, one chain, one dream. When forever we bring supreme.
Summertime in crypto. Let's go.
There we
Yeah.
go.
What's the
Let's
ticker?
go.
What's the ticker?
What's the ticker?
Yeah. What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat, got a runner on the map. Solana sniping like a gat, and the SOE is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna scrap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Good morning, everybody on the YouTube live stream, everybody on the stream on X. Welcome there as well. Welcome here in the room. Take good morning, my co-host. How are you doing?
Good morning, fam. Doing well. How are you?
Are you talking to your closed microphone again?
There's something about that closed microphone. I just love it so much. I was, yes. Good morning.
100 times good morning.
Yes, every time, dude. But yes, it's because I have the physical mute button and then the digital mute button. And I use the physical one when I'm talking, but sometimes before the show, I forget to unmute the digital red button on the space. So just, but I love the physical mute button on the microphone. Do you use a mic or do you use your phone?
I do know that I have now like three devices
Mm.
on. I do have a podcast microphone that has that mute button, and it's great, right?
I love
So
it. It's so
feeling.
helpful. And my microphone,
Yeah.
it lights up. So like if when the microphone is on, it's lit up with
Hmm.
the LED, the colorful LED, and when it's off, so it's really helpful for me because with like my cats and everything, it's like I'm constantly like telling them, no, get down, or doing whatever.
You don't want
It's
anybody else to
yeah,
hear that.
yeah. So I have to like mute out real quick. Um,
Yes,
but
yes,
yes,
yes.
good morning, happy Saturday. Good to see some people. We got Ape of the Hill in the house. We got Andrew Lamb. What's up? Good to see you guys, Brian.
I think everybody just calmed down from New York, and just I can't wait to hear the stories tomorrow
Yeah,
morning if they're up for it,
it's
or
so
my
crazy.
morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, moonlight.
the pictures and
Yeah,
everything. There's some really beautiful pictures. I was just looking at one of I think it was Bomb in the middle of the intersection with the Louis store. Did you see that with the giant like
yeah,
luggage?
yeah,
Dude, yeah, some
dude.
beautiful pictures from over there. I actually was pro nutting a few of them too. I was feeding them into the pro nut, telling it to like digitize them and stuff. So there was an ice sculpture of the Doginal dogs,
Yeah,
ice sculpture, and so I had ProNut do like a vectorized graphic of that and a liquid glass style graphic of that. And I actually saw somebody repost it on the timeline. I was like on the timeline, and one of the ProNut images that I had, you know, modified was actually someone had reposted on the timeline. So I love seeing when I create something and then other people are like memifying it, like reusing it and stuff. I love that. I always get like it just yeah tickles my butt. So, but yeah, that was
tickles your what?
tickles my butt. That's my
Oh, I thought
new.
you said tickles my nut. That.
Oh, that
All
that's
right.
funny.
Well, it's Saturday after all, you guys. Let's have a look at what Bitcoin is doing because it's actually holding up price. Now, of course, I'm going to share a little bit of alpha with you on the indicators that I'm using at the moment is to see where this is going. And I want to share with you a volume profile that is working very well for me to indicate where the liquidity sits at any given time and where the bears are, right? As we're talking buying volume or selling volume in numbers, and it gives you a delta, right? So overall, you can deduce some things from that, some conclusions from that, and then confirm the pattern that you might see in the chart, right? And so also, I use this also sometimes to detect if it's not clear for me in the chart. I like to detect where the bulls are in what zone. They are willing to buy massively, and so from these zones, I expect big pumps back. And these are, of course, very nice trades for future setups and these types of things. I am going to be geared more towards that when I'm talking in spaces because it is a natural consequence of what I'm going to be doing a lot more of, and that's that future trading. And so I am working really hard to get to 2.5 million views more, so I can open subscriptions for you guys for some entries and targets with this. And but yes, also some education on how to do that yourself, and you can monetize that too, right? That knowledge is really needed in the space. I think also for people who do not necessarily trade might be an opportunity to learn this, so you can at least have make money in the space just by calling the entries and the targets of trades that you might not be doing, but other people might be very interested in doing, right? So
Mm.
if that's you and you're broke, you're trying to make money, well, learn something, right? Be good at it, and then make the money to make the trades by calling the trades. See what I'm getting at? You don't always need to mine the gold. You can sell shuffles. I do both, just to make sure. So we're
Mm,
looking at this
exactly.
bullish, like, do I need to send you a screenshot with this? Maybe. Oh, you have Trading View too, so you pull it up,
Hmm.
right?
For
Pull
which one? The
Bitcoin chart.
dominance? No, not the
No, just
dominance.
the Bitcoin chart.
Oh yeah, I
Yes,
got it right here.
Bitcoin chart, please. Yes.
Yeah, so dominance is sitting at 65.59. We see it like
Yes,
a slow little drop, but and we're starting to see the alt
that's
season.
nothing.
I saw these
Yeah.
alt season posts. Alex
Yeah.
Becker, I think he was either like joking or he's hinting at what's coming
No,
in a
they're not
couple
joking.
months.
They've been posting the same thing for like 3 months. Every
Yeah.
time, and when they post the Bitcoin dominance chart, they post it on the hour. So there's a dramatic red candle, and then they're saying like all season about to happen,
Yeah.
but technically it
Like
only dropped like 0.03% or something, and
still
that
have
is
like 8 more
nothing.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah,
I think.
it's like
So
Jesus Christ.
but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yes, I dude, and so I responded to Alex Becker. He's got millions of followers and stuff, and I responded and I was like, it's not
yeah,
alt season, bro, and I posted something and then I got a
yeah,
follow back from him. So I was like, oh well, that's cool. I got a follow from Alex
yeah.
Becker, the
Yeah,
biggest
yeah. I
name in
usually don't. I used to do that comment under that, like, how did you come up with alt season,
yeah.
right? But tell me how.
I
I
think
want to
he's just
know.
it's just clickbait.
But
It's just
yes,
because
it
that's
is.
just automatic
Yes.
engagement. Just post something
Yeah, of
controversial. That's
course. Right?
like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Well, it's not even controversial. A lot of people want this. A lot of people like to
wishful.
just have the news.
Yeah,
Yes, that
wishful
it's
thinking.
going to be alt season soon. And of course, it's all about hodling the bags. And so when they
Yeah.
just frequently say it's going to be alt season, people are going to hodl harder and be FOMO that it's going to happen any minute. So
It'll
they're
be
not
here
selling.
before we know it. It's like it's gonna when
When it happens, you're
yeah,
going to be sorry you didn't add
it's
more to your
right.
bags.
It's
But this
always
is
too late.
hindsight.
When
Yeah.
every time I've looked at the chart, it's just like this towering leg up that's like, there's no
Yeah.
possibility of re-entry without just getting wrecked and you're just like, "Damn, like how I didn't know the chart was going to move at 4 in the morning." It's always when California is asleep. It's like China's just like waking up or something, and then all of a sudden, like millions of dollars worth of
Asia has been buying lots and lots. It did
yeah,
so in October, and the Asian bulls are relentless when it comes to top blasting.
yeah,
No, no joke, right? They like to top blast a lot. So,
yeah.
with that said, let's look at that Bitcoin chart, right? We have that channel we're in right now. It's a bullish continuation,
It's so
otherwise
sideways.
known as a bull flag.
Hmm.
How do we know? Well, we know because we're macro bullish. Bitcoin is still in a bull run. Very much so. Nothing has been negated on the monthly, right? On the monthly, if we're bullish on the monthly, Bitcoin is pumping harder. When that monthly shifts to bearish, that's when bull run is over. That's basically the rules here, right? So eye on that monthly, eye on that weekly to see how close we are with that on a monthly. But the monthly is actually golden crossing up, promising us this quarter four, quarter three, quarter four, anywhere between the monthly usually 3 months to 6 months, right? It predicts. So that's where we are right now. So we can expect pumps then. Yes, but for now we're in this stuck in this channel a little bit. In that channel, the upper line is about 108, and then it's having these lower highs and lower lows. And so it's a channel down, but nevertheless a bullish continuation. Now, to really confirm where these buy and sell zones then are, setting as the targets, right? Looking if we're looking at this chart correctly, then I am seeing a big buy zone around 93 to 96. And how do I know? Well, I use that delta volume profile by Big Beluga. So if I want you to go to your indicators right now,
Mm-hmm.
go to
Yeah,
indicators
yeah.
and then search for a delta volume profile because there is tons of volume indicators on um, trading view, but this one gives you actual clear zones, right? Multiple zones with actual numbers. And then we come to a delta of buy pressure and sell pressure. And it can really confirm your entries, right? So
Yes.
we look on the daily, put on the daily chart, and then
Shit.
put on that delta volume profile. Then we can clearly see that the
I,
most buy pressure here is relentless at the bottom of the channel and not on top. So
Yo,
I
it's
see.
not letting me throw on the delta overlay. I'm not sure what other indicator I have on here because you can only do two at a time or whatever. And then
Oh, well,
I must
then maybe
have
your did your stochastic.
I took off the stochastic, and then now when I'm putting on the um or let me see, volume, or one more time, what's the name of it again?
The delta volume
Delta
profile
volume, yeah.
by
So
Big Beluga.
yeah, I saw it, and
It's
then it
yeah,
says
it's
more
not used
indicators.
that much, but it's really really helpful.
That's so
Yeah.
weird. I don't know what indicator I have on right now. I think that the thing's glitching on me. Let me open up another trading view. Sorry about that. And then I'm gonna
No
go
problem.
Bitcoin. Yeah, I've never put this one on. Normally, it's just the stochastic and the guppy that I'll put on there. And then here, I'll take off the
Mm-hmm.
stochastic again. Here we go. And then indicators, delta, volume profile, big beluga. Cool. I think, did that work? Okay, cool. I got it. I can see that it's like a gradient overlay that's like gray.
Yep.
Yeah, okay,
And
cool.
then you have the numbers next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we put that on a daily.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can clearly see where these zones are, right? So these zones are corresponding with the bottom of the channel, and not with the upper part of the channel. So the liquidity is lower. So indicating, telling me that we are going to go look for that liquidity, right? Now there's a ton of liquidity in the zone where we just came from, right? That 101 and 104, 105 there in between. As you can tell, there is massive amounts of buy pressure there. There's also a massive amount of buy pressure just underneath that, corresponding with that other support that we have. But there's something happening on that lower end, right? And especially much lower. We see much lower. We see that liquidity grab there. So that could be a zone as well that I'm just marking. Now, if we're going to the 4th hour, just to check if we got this right, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm on the 4th hour.
Yep, we see actually we can deduce there that that zone between 103.8 and 105 is actually a pretty bullish support zone, right? Bullseye there. See how it shows on the delta is that blue?
Mm-hmm.
More buy pressure, more volume there by the bulls, right?
Mm.
For the bulls. So yeah, I don't see a lot of pull to the upward because there is no volume there, because this is a volume indicator, right? I see no volume there, not good volume. The most volume is in the middle, and then on the daily the most volume is at the underneath on the trend line, right? Another lower low. So the scenario of a lower low is very much in play here. And then when I'm putting on that stochastic on the daily, it's kind of now in overbought conditions. So that tells us we need to go down to oversold conditions again. And that might be corresponding with what we see on that volume indicator. So I'm just going to give you that indicator right here for you to use on your trading view. It's really nice to, when you spot these zones of support and see where the volume is, like, because the market wants to have volume, wants to have liquidity, and so it kind of wants to go where it wants to go, and this tells you a lot, right? Can explain to you a lot really quickly what's going on, where are the zones, the two big support zones, and then on the lower time frames you can deduce a little bit more. So either you're doing swing trades, then the daily would be handy. If you're doing futures, then your 1 hour and 4th hour there are your friend, right? Because you're probably closing it on a daily, especially if you're high leveraged. And so, yeah, there's that for you. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. We have some lazy llama coin here.
Hmm.
All right, pull them on stage. So, yeah, I'll be, going through my indicator list and just rando pull them up somewhere when I'm in spaces. Just give you a hand with your TA and how to confirm as with other indicators about what you're seeing, right? And that can only help for you to call and make better trades that are accurate, right? Good
Mm.
entries and good exits, right? Because it can give you a lot of information about the entry, because the entry will be where the volume is, and then the exit will be right where where you see it go on your trend lines, and then you confirm your trend line. So you're like, yes, that's what I saw, confirmed, and then you're now not 60% sure, but you're 80% sure of your trade, right? So this is like a good. I'm gonna take this off now. So this is a good indicator for that stuff for volume, because everything we do in the market is volume dependent, and that's why this one is so helpful.
Mm.
So yeah, with that, take anything you got on the menu. I see a
Um,
lot more people in the space. Good morning, everybody, and good morning on the X live stream, and good morning on the YouTube live stream as well. Lots of people listening in. Welcome there too.
yeah, yeah, welcome you guys. As far as other things I've been looking at, nothing comes to my mind right now. There's been a few things like on my watch list. Of course, I've been watching Fartcoin on Sui, for instance, because what I have the liquidity pool for that one on turbos, and yeah, setting up a liquidity pool sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is. In order to do one on the Sui network with the turbos platform, the interface is very intuitive and simple to use. For you go on turbos.finance, at the top you go to earn and go to pools, and when you scroll down you have the liquidity pools that are already opened. Fartcoin slash Sui as well as 1000x slash Sui are a couple options that are on there. You can go ahead and make a deposit into one of those liquidity pools, and then the let me see and then the APR is listed right there as well. So for Fartcoin, for instance, the APR is somewhere like over 1,000%. I want to say it's something insanely high. It varies depending on volume. I'm assuming that it's kind of dependent on the volume. This is my other wallet, um, change wallet. But yeah, so that's what I've been looking at. And then besides that, S&P 500 had a little bit of a rally, and now it's back down actually. But it rallied up. It was up like 5% this morning, S&P 500, and then GEM has been showing a strong support. It's currently up 18% today. So the ones that I've been looking at are still kind of the same. Ooh, there's a great buy that I just found. That one that I haven't been talking about for Zen AI is actually down a little bit more, and I think I'm gonna buy some. But yeah, other than that, not a whole lot with this sideways movement and everything kind of just like in this channel. We're kind of in this like limbo where I try not to
Yeah.
make it any moves when we're kind of in this type of a situation, because that's how I can get wrecked if I'm rotating, making bad moves when we're getting ready. Stay. It's like good to stay in position. I feel like right now.
Yes. Well, here's my prediction for the market. Let's just get it out there, right? So if we cannot retake that 108 0.68, depending on what chart you're looking at, then we're gonna have to look down again, right? We need to get over that one with a candle, not just with a wick, right? And this is the third attempt, and so usually it's not on the third attempt; it's actually on the fourth. So here's what could play out: two scenarios, right? We get rejected again, the 108 zone, and then we're going to come down to reach that to 104, 105, and we're either going to stay. It would be bullish if we could stay there in that quicksand area, which is the middle of the channel, which is like quicksand area. A lot of traders take 50% off their bags there just because of the down potential that it has, and usually gravitates to, and then they can use that 50% to add to their position. So that's what a lot of traders do when it moves in the middle like that. But it doesn't need to be, because when we did that third retest, what actually happens and what we would be bullish, that's going to be a bullish indication. We come back to that 104, have that RSI relax there a little bit. So we have a little pull, and then we're closer to that 108, right? We're closer from 104 to that 108 than we are if we would go back to 96, 97, 98, right? If we go all the way down there, then we need a whole lot more to pump all the way back to 108. So it would be bullish if we would stay on that 104, 105, and then do that fourth attempt and then be successful and toss a candle in there. It's going to be much more easy to accomplish that, right? To take out the bears on that trend line because we're getting a lot of pressure from there. If not, then we're going to have to retest lower, and that's possibly going to take us all July to move through at least a big chunk of July, right? Because Bitcoin moves slow, and we're dealing with summer. Everybody can be bullish. We can do things with summer volume. Don't get me wrong, but usually we're just a little bit more sideways than anything else. And I don't know about you, but it's kind of been like that the whole month, right? Moving in this channel. So yeah, right. This is the two scenarios. Either we hold the middle, pump back from there, or we're gonna have to retouch all the way down, and then we are gonna take more than just July to get back from that one, right?
Mm,
So that's just what I think is gonna play out, right?
mm-hmm.
The one thing we need to see for upside potential here for a clean break of that trend line is one whole candle through, and I am thinking we actually need to touch like that 110, right? And then maybe the wick will go from a 109 to that 110, but that would put what the body of the candle over the trend line, and then we're good. And then it needs to retouch that trend line to confirm that move. Because if it doesn't and we fall through the trend line again, we gotta, we're taking a lot. It's still an indicator for reversal, but that's gonna take a lot longer too. And then I'm talking when that happens, we're talking a whole month of July as well. So that's just where I'm at with things, and with the dominance just being that sky high, all your altcoins are gonna react to whatever Bitcoin is doing. They're gonna follow and copy the script of Bitcoin, just with a little bit more volatility than Bitcoin because the market caps are lower. So this is what's happening with your altcoins when they see like dumping. It's not because people will think, yeah, it's the project, especially in meme coins. People are just like, yeah, you need to do this, you need to do that. Well, you know what? There's something is this dominance that we all need to adhere to. At this point, we're all Bitcoin's bitch, whether we like it or not, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just what's happening, and it's really hard to make, so much noise against the market that is going to reverse your chart. Usually, this is about hanging on and surviving until we actually have a brighter day here, when Bitcoin starts to pump really hard, and then the market will move along. But Bitcoin is making its market structure like it always wants to do. It loves these channels down. I was talking beginning of June, like, hey, if we were gonna do an all time high in June, it would like make a weird pattern for Bitcoin to make. Now we can make it, of course, right? Would be the first time that it makes it, but so I'm open to the thought of being bullish. But usually, what happens, Bitcoin loves these sideways channels down, loves to make these bull flags like that and scare everybody. So if you don't know what's going on, this is a bullish continuation. We're very much in a bull run, right? So yeah.
Mm.
Let's go. We've got Jem on stage with us. Good morning, Jem.
Good morning, Wild. Yeah, it's great listening to you guys. I just wanted to start off by thanking you guys for the flowers and the things you guys talk about our project. I see every one of them. So, just wanted to come up, say thank you, and also give you guys your flowers for the fact that you guys even do this in a space. I think it's super amazing and very well worth everybody's time to come hang out and listen to you guys talk. So. And big shout out to Tick, man. Thank you for everything that you've been doing as well. We're glad to have you as a holder, my friend.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. The gem chart has been it's been freaking rocking. Today it's is it yeah it's up right now 18.7% on the 24-hour chart. So yeah, it's great to see the chart is doing well. The community is like active. There's so many like videos and posts that I'm seeing on my timeline. So that's the type of thing that's gonna get more eyes on the project for sure, because you can have like the best product in the world, but if no one knows that it exists, it's not gonna sell. So
100%, and that's why we've been going so headstrong and headfirst into marketing recently. We're really trying to hone in our narrative we're really, 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 trying to become Solana's underground banking, like decentralized banking system. We believe we have what it takes. We believe we have the tech to make that happen. So we're trying to hone that narrative in and really push that, because I think that right there will attract the right audience, from what we've been doing in the the prior months.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then also, what's going on with S&P 500? So, um, how did that whole collab happen, and what is the outcome of that?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. S&P 100, man, they're a great community.
500,
I
500,
believe, yeah, yeah,
S&P 500,
S&P 500. What did I say?
100.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
Oh,
I'm I'm over here doing stuff on my computer as well. Yeah, S&P 500, man. They're an awesome community. We came across them in a live space, I believe it was a shill space for our very first time we've met, and the synergy was just there. And to have these legit, consistent, and these types of reward tokens show up and really be what they're about is a little bit rare. And to see that they kind of held our same mindset through that space, we started to go into back channels together and realized that we all held the same ideas, the same goals. And with that being said, it's just been rolling out from there.
yeah.
It just, yeah, it's the fact that we really believe in the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and these rewards tokens are meant to unlock freedom, and really be people's home bases. And we believe that unlocking that, it really holds the PVE and environment that we're trying to incentivize,
Mm,
and and it gives more eyes to both projects, and it gives more passive income to all the holders.
mm.
So we're really just trying to achieve this rewardception is what we've all been calling it.
That's sick. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. When I first heard about you can earn rewards with your rewards or whatever, I was like, oh, it's rewards inception. So and like what's it's I do want to say so like my initial understanding or like impression or opinion about these types of redistribution tokens with the reward systems, I was incredibly like bearish on it initially because I don't. I just had a list of reasons why I didn't really like it. Because after watching what happened with the Infinite Money glitch, and then kind of looking at how that platform is structured and everything, I was like, oh, this isn't set up for people to win unless they kind of get in early. Is kind of like the key. But if it's sitting at a 10 million market cap and it's not going to 100 million, then you can get wrecked just sitting there. So because the volume will just keep going down most likely. But with something like this, with the market
100%.
cap, when it first got brought to us, it was at like 330K. It's still under a 500,000. So there's still like a great opportunity to get in at a reasonable time, get a nice entry at a good price, and actually, have this thing work for you. Of course, if you blast the top, just like any other project, it's gonna, you're not gonna be able to make as much profit, yield as much if you don't sell. But anyway, looking at the chart there,
No,
you
you're
can. Mhm.
I was gonna say you're completely right, Tick. You're completely right. The volume is definitely a huge problem, especially with a project, holding such a high market cap for so long.
Mhm.
So that's why we're pretty blessed and pretty grateful that we have been holding this, this low market cap floor for quite some time now, because
Mhm.
it does give people, a lot of people, that opportunity for financial freedom that we really truly can unlock. And right here we have our rewards calculator, and I could just give you an idea here. Let's just say you hold 500K gem, right? And we hold a minimum of 500,000 in volume. That's still $12. That's 12.50 a day directly into your account. And if you set up, weekly payouts or however you would want to set that out, that's gas money for the week. That's still enough that you can get groceries. That's still enough to at least take away some little things from your life.
That's
And
crazy. Yeah.
500K, yeah, 500K tokens is not necessarily, not it's not unachievable,
Right.
at this point in time right here. And let's just say,
That's
because
only
right
what
now
$230 or something.
I believe so, yeah,
Yeah, that's
around this
nothing.
price point, yeah. And let's just say, because we are trying to incentivize people, if they really want, to reap the rewards
Uh
and
huh.
and have this replace, 1 million is definitely somewhere you want to be around. Because let's say, this isn't a dream. This isn't like a huge reach out to the stars.
Mm
1 million in volume consistently for a project like this.
hmm. Mm hmm.
That's $250 a day. Or no, I'm sorry. That's $50 a day
Wow.
with 1 million gem. That's $50 every single day.
These
That
are
Wow.
could pay
great
off
numbers.
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can pay off your bill, like some bills. That could really do a lot for a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, and so to fight that volume as well, we also have what we call, or what is called, a washer wallet, which in general meme coin terms wouldn't be looked upon that well. But you said it right. These tokens thrive off of volume. They need it. That's
Mm
how
hmm.
the rewards thrive. So if
Yes.
we hit a stagnant point in the chart where it just is, let's say $3,000 volume and things just aren't looking good, um, that washer wall or that rewards wallet, instead of sending rewards to the holders and selling on the chart, it'll sell a pretty decent chunk of it directly to that washer wallet, and that washer wallet will just buy and sell the chart consistently until it zeroes out, creating volume for us and then refueling the rewards wallet with that 5% tax back and forth.
Wow.
So it's our own loop, and it's our own way to kind of fight that volume problem. And what we're thinking is we should start adding more, especially as volume, like if we hit another spike and those rewards wallets just accumulate. We can think about setting up a few washer wallets so we can generate like 10 to $15,000 in volume just alone with those washer wallets to keep the rewards flowing to people.
Yeah, also what you can do possibly with pools, right? Because there's going to be arbitrage between the pools. So
Uh,
maybe I know it's going to be difficult because it's on Solana, but maybe there's something cross chain might be done there, right?
We've been thinking about doing cross
Yeah.
chain work for sure. It's a near future plan for us, but
Wait a minute, hold on. Just something hit my soul, in my brain.
let's hear it.
You kind of want to maybe contact the guys from Paw Chain, because Paw Chain is multi-chain. So when you have a pool on Paw, anyone with any currency that is attached with them, which is most cryptocurrencies, what they have in their wallet, they can buy your token with.
No way. Okay, I'm
Yes.
I'm putting that down in my notes right now, and
Yes.
I'm actually okay. So yeah,
Yeah. Let me
Paw
go
Chain is
grab.
a
Yeah. Let me go send a message out to Dante from Paw
that
Chain.
would be awesome. Yeah, so Paw Chain is a multi-layer blockchain
Yep.
infrastructure project built around its native Paw
Yep.
token.
And they they
Okay.
they did at Solana a few months ago, so it's now possible for Solana tokens to be. And
Oh wow.
of course, you're gonna have a space with them, multi. I'm all cross chain is gonna be the future, right? For volume when Bitcoin is not pumping, but we gotta figure out a way to stay alive with this dominance being that high, right, for all this time. And you're kind of like I was said, we're kind of like on the leash with Bitcoin at this day and time. And a lot of people don't
Yes.
understand how that works, right? But being cross chain actually, brings in a lot of that volume then.
Oh
And
my
and,
goodness.
and so we don't
Wild.
need wormholes anymore, right? That kind of shit, because it's shitty. People don't want to use it. It's another thing that they need to do. If I have ADA in my wallet and I want to buy your token that's on Solana, I will be in my brain will glitch,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's
So
no, that's huge.
but
That could be
now you
huge.
can, yes, and now you can just, when you have a liquidity pool on, which you can also put rewards on, right? I don't know, maybe for your Gemtard NFTs, which I hold.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
let's just, uh, just keep it real and just do the basics. You open a pool there, and then people with ADA in their wallet can just buy your token on Solana with their ADA.
Oh my goodness.
So
We
they
would
don't
love
need
to
to,
do that. We would
Yes.
love to do that because we're all about liquidity pools. And actually,
Yeah.
on that topic, if you look at our deck screener page, you can notice that that green little lock symbol,
Yeah.
it's not fully locked. It's not like fully, I guess, ringed around.
Yeah.
The reason being is because our main LP pool is locked, but
Hmm.
our community has been opening their own LP pools, which they're all free to come and go. And we've gathered up some pretty decent LPs, and it seems to be like the thing that we like to do at
Yes.
this point in time. So,
Well,
opening up a new LP over there would be no problem.
yes, you do need. I think you do need a contract for over there too to make that work with the Solana. I'm not sure. These guys, this is great because I love the guys from Paw because Paw. That's why it's called Paw. Was a meme token, right? And they built what they got. It's like almost like a complexity of a layer 3 solution in this way. But yeah, I if you need a hand and be connected, then I would love to help. Yeah.
I would, yeah, I would love to take that opportunity. So we'll
Yes.
definitely set that we'll definitely set that up for sure. That's awesome.
Just because it hit my, and they're trying to work on Sui now to integrate Sui on their multi-chain goings on too, but it takes months to build. They took months for Solana. These things take a lot of time, right? It even took Phantom a lot of time to add Sui in their wallet. That took like a good 3.5 months to build for them. And so these things are not easy. My trade is coming in. I have a long out on
I heard the notification.
EPT, and this is my target 4 coming in. Yes, that's a 180% for Mama right here. Let's go.
Nice.
Anyway, yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, well, I'll be super excited to talk about that with you for sure. I think that would be super
yes,
progressive. What we've been really consistently trying to build things. This next little chapter that we're on, we actually last night we just launched a stake bot, like our own staking bot as well. So that's going to be pretty fun to use. So outside of the passive rewards, you can also stake gem, and the idea of it is for you to. It's going to be a 90-day stake, and the idea is you leave with 5% more gem that you put in each time you use it. And we just
Nice.
launched it. It's its own Telegram bot. You don't have to connect your wallet to it or anything, which is that's the green flag of it. You
Mm,
just you just tell the bot what the wallet address is, and then it'll send you a wallet address that you can send it back to. So you're free to make your own a fresh wallet if you need to. You can stake as much gem as you like. It is a 90-day contract with that stake, and like I said, at the end of it, the goal of it is to leave with 5% more than you came in with. So that's officially launched, and right now we're also working on our own custom scripted rank booster, because like I said, we're really trying to get this PVE environment going. So we think the rank booster, which is going to be the cheapest, our goal is a 0.25 soul purchase for $3,000 in volume, um, is going to be massive. And right now it's just being stress tested. I think we probably put about $600 into it so far, this last month, just to kind of see how it's running. But it is being stress tested, and we're really hoping to get this thing rolled out by the next few weeks.
Clap if
awesome.
you care, though. Like, clap if you
all right.
care.
What is this
Everyone,
about?
let's clap in unison. Let's clap. Let's clap and show that we care. Let's clap together. Everyone
Damn.
down
Clap your
there,
hands.
clap, clap, clap.
Clap. Hello,
I have to go
doll. How you
to the
doing?
toilet. I'm so sorry. See you later.
See you later.
Yep.
That was
What
all right. So, uh,
the hell was
well,
that?
sometimes you get look. I've been in spaces where I let them because it's bullish, right? And we all can do a laugh and stuff. But
It was hilarious.
I was in spaces once where somebody came on stage and is, can I play my song that I wrote? And the host was like, oh, go ahead. And it was like shaking. It was about shaking tits in the back of the bus.
Nice.
And
That's
we
my type
just
of
we
song.
just like we I never laughed that loud in a space before. I was on the floor crying.
That's
we
funny.
had a space like that actually as well,
Yeah.
and somebody came in. They're like, "Yo, we just found this track," and they started playing it, and it was it was an Infinite Money Glitch diss track against Gem, like right in the middle of our space, and we're all, "What the hell?"
Whoa.
Bullish, right? Bullish.
Bullish. Yeah, it was like a 4 minute long song too. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is
Damn.
This is insane."
Going on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
So we
fun.
use it now. We like to open our spaces every once in a while with the
Oh
song now.
yeah,
It's been
yeah.
kind of
It's
fun.
just yeah, yeah. Just bring the content, right? There's no such thing as bad content in this regard. Yeah.
Exactly. You know what? Competition is how businesses are built. So
Mm.
that we love it.
It's not. It's these are look, people like that who openly hate and are vocal about it. There's something about hate and love that's the same. So these people are actually your biggest fans in disguise.
No, 100%.
They're giving you so much of their energy because it's all about energy. It's all about vibes. So just hijack them and be like, yes, thank you very much, right?
Yeah,
Thank
we're
you
just
for
trying to be inviting,
you.
you know. We
Yeah.
definitely have a back and forth. I can see it on the space, you know. I scroll, so I
Uh,
see what's being said, and it's definitely some back and forth stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, it's rewards tokens, and they're just trying to be the dominant ones, is what I'm seeing, you know. So but over here, we're like, just as we're trying to do with SMP, and right now Dark Horse is also trying to talk with us as well, and we're also working with Jasper, which rewards in Ethereum. We're trying to work with it all, you know, and create one huge just conglomerates of rewards, and in any way that we can either do that by, you know, interacting with each other's communities. SMP has an awesome upper hand by being able to add rewards into their
Wait a
meme
minute. So
folio.
you're on Solana. You guys, you need somebody like me on your team that is
We 100% do.
that
Yeah,
is
like
connected. Now you need somebody who's connected because there's more. But yeah, that's going to take up a lot of this space and but let's
yeah,
get
definitely
I
don't want
just
to.
want to give you some alpha on things that you can do.
Yeah, we'll get
Spreading
in the
holders,
chats.
right? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we'll get in the chats for sure. We'll
Yeah. So
definitely
yeah.
get into the chats for sure
Yeah.
because I see you around as well, you know, and the videos that you guys make and the things that you guys talk about, it's extremely respectable. So I would love to do some work with you.
Oh, dude, I love that.
Yes,
Did
this
you?
is not an it was not an invitation for me to get hired anywhere because I don't because I'm going to be all about my trades and stuff, but I've been in a lot of teams and I am in a lot of privates, right? I am in the one and only MMKK, the most mysterious biggest mega whale group in Telegram.
Oh, I love that. That kind of
And
gives me some goosebumps.
and so I don't get the call a lot because I got to vet a whole lot if I want to have any CA mentioned in there under my name. But yeah, there is things that you can do for these reward tokens that are very very handy, and I think cross chain is the way to go. These guys from Pause are going to be awesome because it's another community that you can tap into, not just any community, but a multi chain community.
Yes, that right there is probably one of the most bullish things I've
Yes.
ever heard about. You know, anything that we've been working on. Truthfully, as much respect as I have to everything that we've been doing, I think right there
Yeah.
is like game changing. Absolutely game changing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pump my gem tarts.
Pump them tarts, exactly,
Pump the gem tarts.
exactly.
There's a Yep. Hold on.
Oh, go
When
ahead.
20 saw.
Yep, I was just
When
gonna say. I was
when
just gonna say
hold up.
we got 100 left. 100 of these things left, and we're gonna be giving out that 20 souls the day of.
When
We hope soon.
when
When exchange,
Hopefully today.
when news,
when news when
Hopefully in
more.
3 hours.
That's
Awesome,
awesome.
guys. Well, hey, I
Yes.
gotta definitely. We just ended our space probably about 20 minutes ago. I gotta start cleaning up my house and kind
Yes.
of getting
We've
the
got to.
IRL things going. And
We'll do
yeah, I think we're gonna probably give it a few hour break, and then we'll be running up our own space. But
that.
Wild, I'll DM you through my personal account. It's
Yeah.
Lela HQ. That's
Yeah.
my personal account. I'll give you a follow, and I'll shoot you a DM and see what we can get going.
Yes, we might want to. I'm better with DMs on Telegram than I am on X, though. I'm a little bit more active on the Telegram.
Okay,
I must
okay.
say.
If you can just look, I'll do this immediately. If you can look out, if you
All
just
right.
want to send me a
Wait.
TG link, and I'll switch right over.
Or just go to TG and do at Wilder Jackson.
Let me do that actually right now as we're in the
That's my
space.
name, Wilder Jackson.
Wilder Jackson. Let me see. Do. Chats.
Yes.
New
Because I
contact.
can give you some more advice, some tools that you can use that I know are going to be exclusive and very bullish for bringing in new community, for having people engage on X a lot more, right, and that sort of stuff. And it doesn't cost much to do these things. These are very low budget things that you can do, right? So yeah.
No, 100%. You said Wilder Jackson, correct?
Wilder Jackson, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot you a DM right now.
Let me open Telegram. There we go. Yes. Oh, I'm gonna.
Awesome. I heard that thing ting.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, guys, I'm gonna get into my IRL activities here, but I really appreciate you guys letting me up, and I like I say again, thank you guys seriously for everything that you've been doing. Tick, seriously, thanks, guys. You guys are awesome. So appreciate it. And I'm really excited to see what we can do about getting this thing cross chain.
Awesome. Yeah, very nice. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Let's go.
Alrighty, guys. Well, you guys have a great day. Okay.
You as well.
Same,
Take it
same to
easy.
you. Thank you for stopping by again with the
Of
updates
course.
and
Of
all.
course. Bye, guys.
Take it easy.
Have a great day. That was Gem. You guys got to check it out. It's Gem on Solana. It really is a gem, right? It's sitting right now. Am I looking at the right market cap here
Yeah, three.
for
Or it's a 435 somewhere around there.
435.2? So yeah, right. A gem. Let's go. It's 102 days old. I see it was launched on Radium. You got to do that if you want to generate endless money, right? Yeah, all looking good. What's our hold account at the moment? Can I see from this?
Yeah,
That's not that important anyway.
but
All
yeah,
right, but
it's
we're
doing
we're
very well.
connected, so maybe I can do some have a little bit of advice there a little bit. So let's move on to some content creation, and that's what you're all about, Tick.
Mm-hmm.
What's the alpha one bullish alpha thing that we can do?
I can give one one good one. Google Whisk Labs. So Google Whisk Labs, if you go into your Chrome browser or whatever browser, um, search Google Whisk Labs and labs.google slash fx slash tool slash whisk is the URL. It's pretty easy to find it. Just do a Google search for Google Whisk Labs, and this yellow page comes up that looks nothing like a Google website. It's completely different than anything I've ever seen by Google. But what's really cool is once you get started, you get into the user interface where on the left side you have this yellow bar. You can expand this out, and you have three sections. You have subject, scene, and style. With these, you can either upload an image or you can actually use a prompt to create one. So I'm trying to think, what should I do? I'll just do one for what's the ticker. So for the subject, I need, let me see, two modern pop art dogs, that, let me see, brown dogs with short floppy ears. One is wearing a pink bow and the other is wearing a white cowboy hat. This is the subject of the scene, so it just really needs to be the characters that I'm going to use. So too much in a vector graphic stylization. Okay, so I'm going to just freestyle that prompt real quick, and then we'll see here on the left side what it comes up with. This thing is remarkably fast. It's very quick. So after, this is actually taking longer. Okay, so there I have the dog right there. I can actually click on this. I can actually download this image if I want and save that locally. And then for the next one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto perplexity.ai, and then I'm going to say, so I need a scene. So let me see. I'm going to say, give me an idea for a creative scene for two cartoon dogs that are trading crypto. I don't even know. I'm just kind of coming up with it as I go along. It doesn't need to be perfect. The AI can kind of do all the thinking for you. So it came up with this setting. Oh God, this is okay. I'm gonna say that's too long. Make it short and concise, and make it optimized to use as a prompt. Okay, So I didn't even read what the idea is because it's not really that important. Okay, so 2 cartoon dogs sit under blah, blah, blah. I'm going to take this copy. Now I'm going to go back into Whisk. I'm going to go to scene. I'm going to enter that text. I'm going to paste as plain text. And now it's going to generate the scene and then the stylization. So I'm thinking low res, low res, low poly 3D elements. So I'm going to say, give me a prompt to create a cartoon image with low res rendered models and soft gradients with soft lighting and 3D elements. Okay, so now take this. It's going to give me a new prompt. So create a stylized cartoon scene. Here we go. So this is going to be the stylization. And I'm going to take that, go into style. Oh my God, that other one that it came up with looks so dumb. And then paste that in here and then generate. And so now it's going to come up with the third image. Now I'm going to say, give me a prompt to create a, let's see, what should I call it? Inspiring, and captivating advertisement or promotion. That's what it's promotional.
Yes. I'm just gonna go here in between because I pinned up something up above you guys. I see that by the SUI Insider community, 1000X has now been recognized as a new new meme token on SUI. So it's getting some recognition, right? I just wanted to share that up in the Jumbotron, right? So by the Move community themselves, it's now being recognized as a active token, active meme token, sitting at like what? 10, 12K market cap today. I don't know. I haven't checked. Right. Bags are packed. Bags are packed. So low gem. How low do you want to go? Right. To grab something and have actually 1000X potential. So just wanted to.
So, hold on. So 1000X got listed on what?
No. 1000X got recognized by
Oh.
the Move community as
Oh.
an an active new token.
Awesome.
So you get some legitimacy here,
Yeah.
right? That it is a recognized token, and so move forward, right, with this.
Mm-hmm.
I already sent them the alpha on where to go for that validation in the wallet, right? It's already verified on SUI Scan, and what's the other one? There's another one.
So we skip,
Uh,
shit, I can't
SUI
remember.
Vision. Yeah,
Oh,
Vision.
Sweet Vision.
Yeah. So these two are already done, but now recognized also by the Move community itself. That's bullish. You kind of want to be recognized by them as well, right? They kind of gatekeep some stuff. So these are the newest tokens on SUI. Low cap. Let's go. All right. I didn't want to take you out of your story, but that was kind of, I spotted
Yeah,
that. And I was kind of
that's
like,
awesome.
yes.
That's really cool. So yeah, I'm playing around. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna change this. Jeez. I'm gonna change this image of these 2 dogs because it's confusing the text. So I need the scene. So I'm gonna do. I guess I can do this one. Okay, so this is an image I already had, and then the stylization. This is kind of funky, but I'll try this anyway. So I have the subject, the scene, and then the stylization, and then the prompt that I'm going to use: design an inspiring modern promotional banner for what's the ticker. Bold, captivating typography, vibrant colors, abstract crypto themed graphics like digital coins, blockchain patterns, use gradients. Conveys a vision world of trending. Make the design dynamic and visually engaging to attract attention. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to send this. And then you can see the results on the other ones that I've created so far. They weren't really exactly what I want. Ooh, these are kind of cool. So this one on the right, I like with the little dogs. So I'm going to click on this, and then I can actually go up to the top and go to refine. And I'm going to say, let's see, I'm going to say, ensure that the glowing lines are only around the bow and the cowboy hat. Some of the lines have, let me see, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. Some of the lines are hallucinated in the wrong spots. Okay, so hopefully the AI understands what I meant by that. because I don't like how there's like a glowing line around the head and the mouth. Okay, fuck, it didn't work. So I'm gonna say remove the glowing lines around the dog's face, whom that's wearing the white cowboy hat. So anyway, as you can see though, these banners that it has created are remarkable in terms of like the quality of them. Absolutely phenomenal. So okay, here, this is a little bit closer. I can say make the pink bow so that it is not glowing. Okay, this is gonna be a lot closer to what I was actually looking for. And this is like a little too cartoony and looks like it's like made for kids in my opinion. So, ooh, cool. There we go. So I have, that's basically the finished image right there. That's pretty much where I would normally stop. And then I can go here, click on download. You can also animate these as well, which is really cool, which I don't have any credits to do that right now. But what you would do is that you would go to these finished images right here in your dashboard. And at the top left, there's a button that says animate. So you click on that. It brings up a new thing. And so I have 0 generations, as you can see here at the top. But what I would normally do is say, make the dogs walk into the scene and the banner bounces up and down. And so I can't do it with this one. So what I would do if I wanted to animate this is I could save this image and then bring it into another AI model, which actually I can just do that real quick for you to show you how I would do that. I would go onto AI Studio. .google.com, and then let's see, try Gemini. You're gonna go on the left side where it says generate media, then you go to VO right here in the middle, then you can go my drive, no, not my drive, we're gonna go to upload image, and then I'm gonna say bring this image into it, and then I'm gonna say animate this image so that the dogs walk into this scene and the banner bounces up and down and grows 100% in size. I don't know. And press run. And then, ooh, what? So this AI model's at full capacity right now, so it's not letting me generate anything. But that's one way to make animated banners and everything. And that whisk thing, which I was showing, the results are absolutely incredible. So, I mean, I will share one of them on X real quick. Here, I'll go on. I'll post one into the Jumbotron so you can see the final result of that one that I just did. So if I go onto here, and then I'm going to, yeah, sick. Okay, so let's see. What's the ticker banner created live on the stream? Cool. And then reply. And then this is the final result. We have a little, I mean, it's cute. I could do, let me see. So, ooh. What am I doing here? Share to space. Yeah, but when I click on the image, as you can see, like the quality of it, if I zoom, I can zoom in all the way, and the resolution on the image is absolutely incredible. High quality image. And for instance, if I wasn't happy with Google Labs, I could actually go back in there and you can modify it. I could do it in different stylizations. It's so sick, the amount of control and flexibility that you have with this tool. Let me see. So I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go to refine, and I'm going to say style this image as a vector graphic illustration with flat colors. Let me see what else. Bold lines and what else? And a comic. Let me see. A classic comic book stylization. Okay. So now this should turn it into a flat, like a drawing. It should look like a hand drawn image, something more similar to that. Ooh, I do not like that at all. It's so weird. Okay, let's say. So I'm going to go to refine. I'm going to say reimagine the cartoon dogs to look like modern pop art characters. I don't know how that's going to turn out. But yeah, these are different ways you can refine, reiterate the models. Ooh, there we go. That's really cool. So there, I got another one right here. what's the ticker with these. Yeah, these dogs look amazing. But yeah, so I mean that's just one example of something you could do. It doesn't have to be dogs, and
Oh, look at us.
yeah,
Look at us. That's bullish.
yeah,
I love it.
yeah, it's really cool. So I got this one too. I can go ahead and put this. I'll put this one into the chat too. Um, the reimagined as a vector graphic. So this is cool, and then I can upload this one. And so now I made. Look how long that took me. It took me
Yes, so
virtually
easy.
no time at all. I did it for
Yes.
free, and the quality. These like if you had an artist create something like this, like in a lot of AI, you'll have like hallucinations and like errors or things that just like look off or it looks AI generated. Looking at these images, you cannot tell that they are AI generated at all. They look like vector graphics that were done in Illustrator, and that's just one example of a stylization. I could tell it to do style this image like a Renaissance painting with visible media and and oil paint. There we go. Cool. So now it's going to do, this is going to be remarkable what this looks like, I'm sure, because of when you tell it to make the media visible, you can see like the brush strokes and stuff usually. So yeah, this is, it looks like a book cover or something. This is kind of ridiculous looking, but still cool how easy it is. So I could even say lower the level of detail to make the image more aesthetically pleasing. Yeah, there's a little bit too much busyness going on in this one. So hopefully if it lowers the detail, then it'll be, oof, God, that's even worse. But yeah, I mean, you get the idea. Sometimes reiterating over and over actually kind of complicates things too much. And sometimes it's best to go back to maybe an earlier one that you had, go to refine, and then you can just, basically start over. And I could just say, style this image as a, let me see, realistic photograph. Ooh, this should be this should be interesting. But yeah, so just really cool stuff that you can to make content for yourself. And the really cool thing is being able to animate these as well. I've done some really cool looking animations with these. But yeah, this is just one tool. There are a million other ones that are great too, but I don't want to give away all the secrets. But Whisk on Google Labs is a free way to create amazing looking content for yourself or a project that you're bullish on. If you want to, put something on your timeline, like let's say like I'm bullish on, Nami on Sui, and I need to make. I'm like, ooh, I want to make something to let people know how much I love Nami on Sui. So I could say, make a little cartoon Shiba Inu dog that's chubby. Okay, that's it. That's all I need to do. And then I go to scene and I say, let me see. So a little Shiba Inu is surfing on a giant 50-foot wave in a cartoon scene set in Fiji. All right. And then I'm going to generate. And so now I have the subject is the little dog. And then now the scene, it's going to make the little surfing dog. And then I'm going to go to style. And I'm going to say a cartoon scene of a Shiba Inu surfing on a giant wave in Fiji in a classic comic book / modern pop art style. Okay, cool. And then so sick, it's coming along. I'm actually going to save this one of the surfing Shiba because that actually looks amazing. And then the style, and then so I'm going to say create a promotional flyer for Nami, or let me see, $Nami, the biggest thing on Sui. Okay, let's see. Oof, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I'm kind of scared because I wasn't specific. I wasn't specific enough in the final prompt. I should have. Holy hell, dude. The only thing is it kind of has this hallucination. So I'm going to say the biggest thing on Sui. So I'm going to say go to refine here. I'm going to say remove the text that says 50 foot. there's a hallucination. Um, can you see this image, Wilder?
Oh, hold on, that was just me.
Yeah, this thing you're doing a slush
Yes.
trade.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Yes, it
Oh,
did. Yeah.
yes. Oh,
So
but I like cutesy banner. But what you did with there was nice too. Yeah.
yeah. So oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I just messing around.
Yeah.
Nami is is the biggest thing on Sui. There we go. That's kind of hyperbolic, isn't it? But,
Yeah, yeah. But it's fun.
yeah, exactly. But so I mean that's the whole point though, is to show like how much fun you can have with this as well. And I just made like a little flyer for Nami, and so when next time I do a post on X, let's say something pops off with Nami, there's a listing or something happens, and I want to tell everyone
Yeah.
about it. I can use this banner to be like, hey guys, like to catch attention, because when it's just like a paragraph of text, when people are scrolling, it's too long, didn't read. People have like 3 seconds. You have about 3 seconds to get people's attention, maybe even less, like 2.5 seconds. So a big old image of a surfing dog on that Japanese styled wave, like it's like, ooh, what's this? It makes you look twice. So that's my 2 cents about all that. I hope that can help some people out. I know that Aubrey had messaged me about asking me how I was making something, and so I kind of gave her this walkthrough, and that's why I kind of just did it
Oh,
live as
nice.
well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And the result of the stuff that they were making as well is really, it's a huge step up from what they were making a week ago. They made a couple little
Oh, yeah.
ads. I told them, I was like, look, if you're feeling uninspired or you can't come up with anything, go into Perplexity and have it come up with the idea for you. And that's kind of what I did here. I said, come up with like an interesting idea. You just give it a couple little seeds, and the AI will take it away. But yeah, thank you for letting me show that, do a little demonstration. That was cool. So anyway, did you have any other input on that, or anything you wanted to
No,
add? No?
this is just what we're gonna do in the weekend a little bit more, right? Share some tips and tricks on
Mm-hmm.
content and how to up your game.
Absolutely. Yeah,
While I'm
some of these
picking
videos. Oh,
things.
this is so cool. This Zeus video. It's the Boys Club, the Matt Fury thing, but it's like
Yes.
pixel art animated. Oh man, this is or not pixel art. Like Pixar animation, like 3D. Dude, this is a great video. This copy.
Well, for next time then, Tick, we got a dose.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got a dose because also it is the weekend, and I think we should enjoy that as well.
Yes.
We had some good chills on stage with us, right? And so and yeah, you're sharing that how to generate content really quickly for nothing, for free, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those
So
images I
that's
made are pretty
bullish.
cool.
And Tika and I have been talking about maybe doing a live stream just for on YouTube with our PFPs. That would be a lot of fun. Um,
Yeah,
also, because then yeah,
it would be sick. We're not far away from being able to like animate the PFPs so that they like talk like as like an avatar. That wouldn't be too difficult
yeah.
to do.
I
Like we're
think
so close to that.
just to have them speak our words is going to be a little difficult. But maybe you can get it to the point where the volume comes through that picture.
Yeah,
You can
like it
have
lights
like a
up.
yeah, like it lights up. You could do that already. So,
Yeah,
but you can also, I think, just make it talk like the mouth moves,
yeah,
but then maybe not say the words that you're saying, right? I think we're a little bit far off for that, but I think we can get something like that, right? So if
right.
you need any help prompting for that mouth movement of the PFPs,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and just we can change it up. We can do that weekly and just change it up, like wearing a spacesuit.
That would be sick.
Yeah, man, I can see this.
Yeah, you
I
know
can
whose
see this.
stream is actually phenomenal is Ape.
Hmm.
I was looking at his stream, and the
Yeah,
animations and stuff he has on there are on a whole nother
yeah,
level. I wonder.
yeah.
I wonder if he did that himself, because it looks like so professional. I was actually
Yeah,
like very
yeah,
like I was like, damn, I need to step up I thought that mine was looking good, and then I looked at his, and I was like, okay, I'm like light years away from where I need to be
We gotta
then.
do better.
Yeah,
But listen,
absolutely.
better, better, and better, right? Better and better. So I kind of want to give this alpha because there is a psychological trick to go against this procrastination that we all sometimes fall into that trap, right? We all fall into the trap. And this is kind of when I tell people about getting in your flow and leaning in and have things turn out to be effortless. This is not because of magic, this is simply because of how our brain works. So, the moment that you feel like you need distraction from the task at hand, so you think about these things that you need to do, your chores, right? And in your head, they start to become like climbing a mountain. And so you're going to look for distraction to distract yourself from the fact that you kind of need to do these things, but they also kind of not what you want to do, even though they would help you tremendously, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so we get to distract ourselves with YouTube Shorts or TikTok or be on X or whatever, just flipping through stuff just in your browser, right? Getting distracted or playing a game, right? But the thing is, when you have that distraction, it's not even pleasuring you, right? Because you're expecting this high amount of dopamine. So in order to tackle that, what do? You kind of need to give up. You kind of need to tell yourself, like, look, I'm giving up. I can't do these tasks today, and I'm not getting myself distracted per se, but I'm giving up, and I'm gonna sit somewhere else for just 2 minutes and
Mm.
do nothing. Do nothing, and I can pretty much guarantee you. There's some people might take 5 minutes, depending on how dopamine driven you are from all these distractions. When you sit there for a few minutes, you're gonna feel motivated to do your tasks because you're gonna get bored. And you need to come back to that point of boredom for things to start becoming motivated and effortless again. And this is kind of like how you get back into a flow state.
Mm.
Get yourself out of the situation. Go sit somewhere else. Somewhere you don't usually sit because here's the deal. I'll tell people a lot. If you want to change something in life, change where you sit in your house. It's going to make a world of difference. Why? Well, we all know we have that favorite seat where we want to go, right? But when we kind of sit there, nothing happens anymore.
Mm.
Because that's a cue for our brain. As soon as we go ahead and we sit here from this angle looking into the room, everything confirms, right, what we did yesterday when we sat in that chair again, which was nothing. So yet sometimes you have all these good plans and then you sit in that area at the couch and what happens? Nothing.
Mm.
All that you thought about doing before is not happening. It's out the window. And you notice that because if somebody else is sitting in that seat that you always like to sit, you're gonna feel annoyed. You're gonna be like this. Could you please maybe pick another seat out there? We all have that, and sometimes you can recognize somebody else's seat in the household because they always sit there. So now go and try purposefully to sit somewhere else. When you come home, go sit somewhere else. Even better, when you sit somewhere a lot, just rearrange that corner so you cannot sit there anymore.
Mm.
And your life will change. Because what we do, we like to do on repeat, right? And also the things that might not be bullish for us. And you might not know that it's like this crazy little tiny thing that you can do to set yourself off in the direction. But it's if you're always distracting yourself, it's because you're looking for more dopamine. And the tasks don't give you dopamine, right? Because they're low dopamine areas.
Mm.
So in order for you to relax that is to be somewhere and it happens really quickly. So you go somewhere 2 5 minutes, you sit maybe somewhere outside, just sit somewhere. Be still, no distraction. And then you're gonna get bored and you want to do the tasks because then you deep down know that you're gonna be better off doing them anyway. So there's gonna be some reward for you that you recognize the reward again, and so the task becomes a pleasure to do because there's reward. And then what happens next is that when you do relax and then play a game, you're actually more having fun into the game.
Hi.
You're enjoying these things
Hi.
more because you're not using them as a
Hi.
distraction. they actually, can be. First, you have that dopamine from your task, and then you
Hey
get more
there.
dopamine from these high dopamine
Hey
things like
there.
games and stuff because they
Hola.
are high dopamine, just like these shorts. They're
Hmm.
highly addictive too. So just but before you go to the dopamine from the distractions, they're going to give you a high amount of dopamine, and your tasks, right, that you need to do these chores cannot ever reach that level of dopamine. So
Hi,
you kind of don't
I
want
am
to
a
do your
generated
chores
voice, and
anymore.
this is how I
So that's
sound.
how it kind
This
of
is a
works in your
quick
brain this way.
demonstration of my vocal abilities.
And just
Please.
5 minutes can, you know, um, shortcut that circuit and bring you back. Because some people say like, you got to do that for months. You got to do a dopamine thing, where you detox and that's not necessary at all. Your brain is pretty quick doing that stuff. 2 to 5 minutes, it's all right. Let me see. We got Dejana. I'll follow you back. There you go. I kind of get. Oh, here. Yeah, I thought you were kind of a
Dude,
speaker.
yeah, I've seen this person roasting. What is this? The roaster? Yeah, I was cracking up yesterday. I saw them in a space. Uh, not
Yeah.
sure.
Let's say good morning here. Good morning, Dejana. If your mic is working, yeah.
Now, yeah. Hi, can you hear me?
Well, I was
Yes.
not expecting a guy, but
Uh,
go ahead.
yeah, it's I receive this response every time, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Catfish.
thank you. Yeah, for me it's not a surprise anymore because lately when I'm doing all these calls and stuff, I receive the first reaction every time the same
Yeah,
reaction. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's not
Massive
a
catfish.
surprise anymore. Yeah,
Not
so
a surprise.
where is first of all, thank you for having me here, and the reason why I requested the mic was basically for Ticon or any other guy here. If you maybe have an advice for me, me as we as a project actually are aiming to have this character, the Gina, okay, which is basically a roast bot that lately will be able to be tagged on X to make roasts about the specific post or comment or stuff.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome.
this is long story short. Okay, so basically now the bot is, I don't know, 90%, let's say, finished. It's fully functional. I didn't actually pay the X APIs, those that are paid, because for volume, those are pretty expensive, let's say, just to test, but it's enough to test with the free X APIs, okay? So the bot is fully functional, basically. Only you have to give some manual commands at the moment. Passing on this, I'm and respecting the topic on tonight. It is still about content creation because my character at the end of the day is a content creator, you know. So I see it like this. What I'm aiming to do is this bot, beside the roast that the bot will actually do to the specific post, I'm aiming at a higher level to post a photo or even bigger, a video for this specific roast, you know, directly on the post. So in regards this, if you have any advice for, I don't know, apps or softwares or something that will help me create uh, basically this character talking, and I'm telling you the reason why I'm asking you this, because at the moment on my last researches that I did, I was only able to find apps that are good to making up to 10 seconds of content with perfect lip sync and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
basically I would need more than 10 seconds to create
Yes,
those
you have
good
to splice
Yes,
the
roasts.
videos together. You have to use
yes, that's
CapCut.
what you need to do. Yeah.
You save all the MP4s into a folder, and then when you go into CapCut, you create a new project, and then you import media, and then you get all
Okay,
those
that's really good
MP4s.
advice.
drag
Yes.
them all in
Yeah.
there, and then you can make a 30-second clip with three 10-second clips. You can add transitions in between them, an intro, an outro. You can do voiceovers. You can actually incorporate overlays, which I did for one of my videos where there's like
Or
a.
what you can do, let's say you generate, let's say Tick and I, we want a picture, we want to have a video of Tick and I talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we prompt initially a picture of Tick and I in a room, right?
Okay.
Sitting across from each other, like a like a interview on TV, if you will, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
Right.
get it.
Then and then you can clip that. You can clip then to a prompt just me,
Okay. And just
have
pick.
me talk, then
Mm-hmm.
prompt with Tick in the same
TikTok.
room, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
move the screen to Tick, so you can cut that image up, and then
Mm-hmm.
you can have the prompts, because there's a lot about prompting movies that a lot of people don't know about, and you kind of need to learn how to film in order to
Okay.
get the best video, because you need to tell the prompt. You can tell these video prompts very easily, like, hey, zoom in on the face, a pan camera to the left,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
It's.
right. You can
Mm-hmm.
manipulate it all like that. You can do the lighting, right,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
there's a lot more to it than that. So you can make awesome 30-second videos just by thinking into clips. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be that in the same room, what ends up happening is we're going to get 30 seconds of me saying something, and then Tick, and then we switch the camera will then pan out, and
Mm-hmm.
then boom, going into Tick. Tick is now responding to what I said,
Yeah.
right? And so you can
That's
make a
awesome.
whole,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. That's an awesome advice. I will tell you the main reason why I'm searching for I don't
Hmm.
know such longer than 10 seconds
Yeah.
thing, because at a higher level on the end of the development of my bot, I would
Mhm.
love, and say it with caps, love to
Yeah.
have also video generated,
All right.
already
So
auto generated.
there's a few reasons why it's only 5 seconds or a 10-second thing.
Yeah, I know that. I
Yeah.
know that because it's the I don't know,
The
the
compute.
toughest
Yeah.
thing to
It's
do in
yeah.
the models. Yes, to have the lip sync perfectly more than 10 seconds. So it requires
That
many.
is a lot, but I think that they can do it more than 10 seconds. The thing is, there's no demand for more than 10-second videos, and that's just the
No.
truth. That's just the truth. When you're posting something on X here's the thing, here's my findings, because I'm actually making songs, right?
Okay.
So I like my ex public to listen to a song. Now, I post a video where I lip sync the song with my avatar,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody's willing to turn the volume up to
Yeah.
listen to it. So X is not a platform that's really great for how do you say,
Long form
verbal,
content, you said, yeah.
long and verbal content where the volume
Mm-hmm.
needs to be up, because everybody has their volume off on auto,
Mm-hmm.
or else they would be hit every time you hit a video, the volume starts coming, right? So that would be annoying if you're scrolling. So a lot of people on XM have that on.
Mm-hmm.
So that is problematic for X. Also problematic is anything longer than 6 seconds, and people on X will lose their shit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So for X, this is something that it's gonna be, how do you say, pearls for swines.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I understand.
So
Yeah.
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 So if you're gonna do it, I would say a lip synced face that does a one liner,
Okay.
because that might be triggering when they see then the face zoomed in on the face and the mouth moving. They kind of want to know what you're saying, and then maybe that will trigger the volume to be, oh, let me hear what this is about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they don't want
Yeah.
to listen to it for about 30 seconds. See,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
more YouTube or shorts on YouTube. I would even say that's too long for TikTok.
Yeah. It's too long. Definitely, it's too long for TikTok as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So for YouTube, that would be awesome. People like anything to like 10 minutes on YouTube is fire. You're
Mm-hmm.
either going to have long content on YouTube, or a movie up to from anywhere before, a few seconds to 10 minutes is bullish.
Yeah.
But anything you're going to put a lot of work in, and on accident you're going to find that you did all that for, like I said, pearls for swines.
Mhm, mhm,
And it's
mhm.
not because people are swines, it's just how the way that social media platform works with the attention span that people got on here. And it's kind of what Twitter is all about, right? We are restricted in so many letters we can use in a post, right? That people actually see because we're not on here to have a long conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, thank you very much, first of all, for your
Yes.
advices. Now that I'm.
Open. I would use. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think it's worth for open art AI.
Mhm.
Well,
Okay, okay.
yeah. Let me
They're
see.
kind of good, Tick. They're kind of good with the lip
The
sync.
open art is amazing. It's just it
Yes.
is expensive. There
That's volume
are
4. It's crazy,
yeah, I haven't seen that
Mhm.
but
one
it's
yet.
hella expensive. Yeah.
There's so it can cost like $10 a video when you do
Yeah.
the math, or more than that. And that's for like a ten
But it's
second
look,
video.
if you can do it for 5 seconds, cut that in half, be like
Yeah,
$5 for 5 seconds, and you make like 10. That's content that you don't. You
yeah.
can switch out. You can repost, right, or respond, right.
Mm-hmm.
So something that might be used for your website, or something that might be for some static content, right. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that way, it's not expensive, and it's kind of the most professional one out there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
open art
Yeah.
is absolutely amazing. The learning curve is a little it's a little tricky to get used to how
Yeah.
the models respond to the prompting. Uh,
Yes.
for instance, it's just because when you use Google directly, there is a way that you can actually use Veo. There's multiple ways to use Veo 3, so it's one of those things that you can do your own research. And you
Mhm.
can figure
Yeah,
out
for
maybe the
sure.
best way to do it. Even ask AI. You can even ask AI. Tell it
Yeah.
your problem that you have right now. That I want to make video content that does X Y Z, and I don't know where to start. ChatGPT will push you in the right direction. It will say, well, first,
Yeah.
you can do this, and just start exploring those avenues. And it's like as you climb into that rabbit hole, you will start realizing how little you know. Not, I mean that respectfully. I'm talking like to myself as well.
Yeah,
It's like
no.
I don't know what
Yeah,
I
no.
don't know until I start digging, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that I didn't even know that where to start.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? And I'm still that way with many things. So I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
insulting
I'm
you.
I'm I'm that no worries, no worries. I fully understand because I'm that type of as well since this
Mhm.
AI boom. So
Yeah.
I'm a research guy since I
You
know
know,
me, but
and
now
it's not
with
your fault. AI moves so fast that like
yeah, yeah.
literally where we're at today as opposed to 2 months ago, we are
Yes.
light years
Crazy.
ahead. So
I
to
mean,
keep
I've
up with
been.
that,
You
yeah.
started with Kling, and now it's like on. That V4 is coming out. It's crazy. It's already in beta on OpenArt. So if you go
Mm.
to my profile and scroll on my profile, you see all my Good Morning posts are these little videos, right? That I
Yeah, yeah.
make.
I
So
saw, yeah.
you, yeah. So that's done with OpenArt basically. But my kid makes them. She's really good with the prompting there. Somehow it makes sense to her. If I start prompting, I'll go sideways. I just have to do like a very basic prompt there for it to work. But she can tell. She's like a director. She said you got to think more like a director, and I was like, yes, that's not where my brain per default goes, right? we all we
Yeah.
all have our talents, just not
I
one
do
of
want to
mine.
tell you, Jenna. So this tool that I actually have it open on the live stream as well. And if you go back like the last like 15 minutes, this
Okay.
tool actually allows you to do animations as well. And like I kind of hinted at that. But
Uh,
I just can't do them live right now because I'm out of generations. But you can actually go on to this app for free and do exactly what I'm doing. And you go up into this top. After, see if I close out of this window, if I click this X, and then on this screen, when I hover over these images on the top left, it
mhm.
says animate. And so if I go there,
Okay,
do you see
okay,
what I'm
okay.
doing
That's
right
really
here?
cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I uploaded 3 seed images here, which I can actually just prompt too. So for the Regina one, for instance, I'll close this and then I'll make one of Regina. So I'm gonna say cyberpunk styled.
Look,
Uh,
I don't know what's about the name Degina. Is there something that you because there's I mean,
short.
I'm very close to Fajina, and I just made every time you say Fajina, I'm like hearing Fajina.
Yeah, no, the character inspiration is it's at the base is my wife's idea, you know.
All right.
So we try to combine the
Yes.
jeans with Athena, you know. So it
Oh
came up
yeah.
the
Okay.
Gina.
That's where. Yeah. Well, well, just What's the letter? Huh?
So can you see what I'm doing on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
watching you. I was following you in the past, when you generated the photos and
yeah.
the to the yeah,
So did you
that
see
was.
this? I don't know if you could see live what I just made, but this looks kind of like your Degina. That's a kind of a trip. I could even refine it a little bit, but and then the scene. I should just put her surfing on the wave. I'm just gonna do the same thing, and then I'm gonna say, um, Regina. Oh, this is gonna be ridiculous. Regina,
Yeah.
the cyberpunk chick, is wearing her black leather pants, her tight leather jacket, and a black crop top underneath, with her short, uh, with her shoulder length, um, purple black hair, is surfing on a giant wave in a tropical beach. Okay, cool. This should be interesting what this comes up with. I'm not even sure how it's gonna turn out, but you can see what I'm doing live.
If it
And
turns it into Regina, then I'm gonna laugh really hard.
oh, I put Regina. Oh, but even putting
Oh,
Regina, it's still understood. So I have her surfing on the wave, and then
all right.
on the top left right here, I could go and click animate. If I had credits still, which you get like 100
Mm-hmm.
free credits, so you can make like a lot of videos for free using this, and they
Okay.
can, and so right here I hover above this, I go animate. This brings
But
up the
look, what you got to do if this is your character, you got to build first your character, right? So you got to have your character pretty much defined. So what I mean with that, if you want to train your character, you kind of have to prompt it where you did. If you want to stick with this character and that be your thing, right? Just I
Yeah.
have my avatar. What you need to do is prompt it in every position possible. So you're gonna prompt it your Degina. You're gonna prompt her full body, right?
Mm-hmm.
Full body,
Mm-hmm.
arms up, and then prompt her turning sideways, right? Sideways, and the other way, and then from the back as well. And then you're gonna try and have it squat and have it jump in the air, something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
then these
Mm-hmm.
pictures you take, you build your character, and that's where you train your character. And that's very important for your meta tags in there for your videos, because the better you are at prompting your character this way, training your character,
Yeah.
the better the videos are going to be.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yes.
already did some kind of stuff with hygiene. I don't know if you.
We got a
Uh,
hygiena.
no, not hygiene.
I mean, at this point,
Yeah.
my
So
brain is.
I already trained by testings, but it's kind of the same the same process on each model, because you
Yeah.
need to provide as much, yeah, poses as you can, and
Yes.
the character will come up good. Yeah, at the end.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for the
What happens if you don't do that? You get a lot of morphing in your videos.
hmm hmm
Yeah, it suddenly is gonna do like where the hand turns into a paw or something like that, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's because the meta tag on the details are not very clear in different positions.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
so the video, and I know that open art is really good at catching up on that, right? It will try
yeah.
and not to do that, right? It will try to sync in with what's happening, but sometimes when you have a bad character trained, then your videos are not going to have quality too. So it needs to be, yeah, you need to have up to anywhere between 4 and 12 pictures of your avatar
hmm
in multiple poses with nothing in the background, because
yeah.
that will fuck up the videos too, right?
Yeah, I know, because I tried it with some basic photos with background, and all the details basically fucked up everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I'm gonna
Welcome.
keep this for for later, and maybe I will try making the manual rows that I'm making on daily basis with the character. But for
Mm-hmm.
public figures and stuff, I will probably in the first place make them only to post them on the character's profile, X profile. And for the bot, I will keep it simple, just for the beginning, to only
Yeah.
to roast by text and maybe a photo lately. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would go with that too because the video, especially if you need the API for that, that's gonna be expensive.
Yeah, it's gonna be expensive for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Mhm.
right, all right.
Hey,
Well,
So
thank you very much for your info.
oh, you're more welcome, right? This is what we're here for every day, except on Sundays. Tomorrow, what's the ticker is closed. Yeah,
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
All of us will
What's
get a
the
rest.
yeah, yeah. I gotta take a day off.
what's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fact. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a cat. And the SOE is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the Mimquins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got he chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, everybody, thank you for stopping by again on this What's the Ticker weekend edition. We gotta follow each other, right? Stay bullish.
we're taking
Tick.
tomorrow off. Oh,
We're taking tomorrow off. Wasn't that the thing that we're gonna do?
yeah,
That we're
let's
gonna
do
do
it.
one
That works.
one show on the weekend because people are tending to turn bearish a little bit on Sunday.
Yes, sounds good.
Because the market's usually, and you know what? Yeah, uh, it's gonna be summer. You gotta touch some of that grass, and we'll come back better and bigger on Mondays, right?
Yes, indeed. All
Start
right,
to
stay
have these.
bullish.
Stay bullish. We're gonna get the creative flows. Plug
Awesome.
it back in tomorrow. Let's go.
Sounds good. I'll see you
See you
guys.
later, guys. Monday.
Bye bye, guys.